Ah, Rebecca, dreaming of the clouds, looking at the sky, watching the world and contemplating her reality here out in the Rim, living the difficult life, but still squashing the plants as she goes along. Yeah, let's get some hops growing. I like to have hops growing so that we can make some beer. You can sell beer. Your colonists are happy if they can occasionally knock back a beer. Equally, your colonists tend to be quite happy if they can knock back a smoke leaf joint at the end of the day. What can I say? It works for them. So it's always worth keeping a nice variety in your farming, but not at the extent of neglecting your food supply, because the one thing you never want to do in Rimworld is run out of food. Still got this moralist role unfulfilled. And early on in ideology, it's like, well, you know, is it right to have somebody set that way or not? Oh, I'm still happy because you ate without a table. I mean, this is the greatest complaint of Rimworld colonists all the time. I ate without a table. I eat without a table all the time. Actually, it's not true. I do have a table to eat off. But quite often I eat without a table and I'm fine. It doesn't put me in a bad mood. The no executions thing, Hadley, not cool. Not cool. I'm not going to start executing people just because you want to do that. And Wall, what's it? Oh, he's got a problem because there's no slaves and because there's diverse thought. Yeah, that's good. That's not good. We're going to have to do something about that. Because, you know, diversity of thought's all good, but, you know, there's no need to tolerate intolerance, I believe, is the philosophical phrase that is applicable to this situation. You'll notice there that Gumpy is vomiting while digging the walls and getting in an increasingly worse mood. I feel there's going to be a Gumpy tantrum breakdown coming any second soon. Ugh. This is why it's important to not have bad cooks, because food, yeah, it's not nice when somebody's vomiting all over the place because of food poisoning. Oh, but you're just going to eat some more of that, are you? Oh, look at that. See, Rebecca took a nice little break from researching to clean up Gumpy's vomit. The disgusting mess that he's left behind. Yep, there goes Gumpy, off in a daze. Fine, everybody else will just have to pick up your slack, Gumpy. It's interesting you do get like mood boosts, like Wall had a mood boost there because his rival had died. It's a little bit twisted and a little bit dark there. Not entirely pleased with that. Right, what are we doing now, Caroline? Come on, what's the structure? What are you going to build? What's your solution to the fact that everybody's living in a hellish storage room and has no space of their own? You're just going to look around the screen, are you? You're just going to go, I don't know, I can't deal with it. Gumpy's in a daze. God, it's like past Caroline's actually having the sort of daze that Gumpy is. Quest available, War for Hire. Ooh. They want to say, I can deal with one drifter. What am I going to take? Infinite chem reactor, surely. Because, like, I mean, it's not... It doesn't produce masses of chem fuel, and it does run on power, but basically you just get chem fuel, which is great for keeping your power running. Yeah, of course. Cool. So the caravan's going to come here chased by a pirate. Fine. Keep everybody indoors. You see, when you know there's a raid coming, there's no excuse for having people at the far end of the map and getting caught out. It's like, if you know there's a raid coming, keep people not necessarily indoors, I wouldn't always advise, but, you know, definitely near the base, near the safe zone. And anyway, if I keep them indoors for a bit, they might do some of the bloody mining and designing that we need. But look, everyone's got a bed now. Nice little prisoner room. Nice little bed for everybody. Could do with some lights. And, you know, flooring. Bit of furnishings. Bit of making it fancier. Ah, yeah, okay, fair enough. Like, if all we're doing is digging, we don't need that many stone blocks. And we have quite a lot. We have more than we can store at the moment. Look at the little donkey. Oh, here comes the raid. Let's have a look at this massive raid. Oh, it's one guy with a club. But, again, early game rust. One guy with a club. I mean, Rebecca has got a jump pack and a pretty big gun, so I'm kind of hoping she can deal with one guy with a club on her own at this stage. She's going to have to deal with it on her own because Gumpy's in a daze. Hadley doesn't have a weapon for some reason. I suppose Wall could help, but Wall doesn't seem to have any clothes. So, armour-wise, that's not very helpful. Oh dear, did we not have our indoor zone set up very well? Yeah, I did worry about that. Yeah, you always want to make sure your indoor zone is up to date. An early game, that happens a lot, where you're just like, I've built a little extra thing, and oh, now nobody can go here, blah, blah, blah. What are you like, Caroline? What are you like? Now, very high chance that past Caroline now is going to forget that there's a raid on its way. I've got everybody set inside, but that's why it's useful to keep the envelope. Yeah, see, it's like, oh yeah, there's a raid. It's always a good idea to keep the envelope there and not click on it, because the second you click on it, it's gone and you can't hover over it. I mean, I don't like having alerts on there. I like to keep that quite clear, but just to remind you that you're being attacked, it's usually a good idea. You gonna send Rebecca out? Uh-oh. Jump! Get out of there! Run back! Whee! This is why jump packs are the best. A little bit worried about Wall there. What? I'm not sure that was the best plan. You just dragged Wall through Rebecca's line of fire, essentially. Rimworld characters, not the best shots always. Oh, this is... Oh, there we go. God, I made a hames of that. That's what I mean though, is early game, one guy with a club. Do not dismiss it. Not enough power to be running the crematorium all the time, but since there's a corpse to burn, we need to turn it back on again now. How's the health, Rebecca? Oh, Wall's got a peg leg. We should get him a nicer leg at some point. 95%. No immediate damage. Yeah, everyone's all good. Oh, hang on. Who said death in 24 hours? Swear it just said death in 24 hours then. And it went from no damage worrying to that. But you know, you get a heater in there. That's the important thing. I'm slightly worried. Really could do with some more doctors in this colony. I think sometimes as well, one of the best ways to... Oh, fuck off, Hadley. Corpse obsession. One of the best ways to survive early doors is like really micromanaging situations like this, like making sure you know exactly who's doing what and who's treating what and who's that, because you've got so many things that you want to happen, but you've got to prioritise exactly who's doing what, where and when. Get the temperature right, because it's cold in there. People aren't going to heal very well. Wall's got food poisoning. What's new there? Nothing. Hadley's dug up one of the few... Oh yeah, we've got corpses everywhere now. That's not good. Good thing is that we haven't got a table for them to eat on, because nothing Rimworld pawns like more than taking a corpse and putting it on the middle of the table in the middle of the room for everyone. Yeah, you just wander around. Wall's on a major break risk. Well, now there's a mad stallion on its way. Why are you just ignoring the mad stallion? Yes. Extracting the skull. Bit of a new option there. Didn't used to have that in traditional Rimworld. Not something I'm keen on doing, but you know, I believe some people, some of the ideologians do want you to make skull spikes to threaten your enemies. I don't know. Yeah, there's that mad stallion. I mean, Hadley's outside, but... It's followed him in. Okay, good. Phew. Situation dealt with. I mean, and also, horse for dinner. Sorry, off-colour joke. If you feel eating horse is bad, which most people do. Not everyone, though. I was going to say horses for courses, but you know, I guess that's, in fact, the doubly appropriate phrase in this situation. Anyway, Rebecca's doing the good work of taking that corpse that Hadley unburied and putting it in the cremator. Gumpy seems to be in a better mood for once, which is nice. Because, you know, his grumpiness was becoming a wee bit of a problem. Or his gumpiness. I'm sure I've already made that joke. But yeah, the fact that we're on speed 1 here, and we can't see my cursor moving around, and that there's very little happening, makes me think that past Caroline's wandered off. Which means that anything could happen. The whole colony could be burnt down and destroyed any second now. It's highly irresponsible. But, you know, you can see the real world clock there. It was 7:40 at the time. Probably off doing my dinner. Oh, I'm back. Right, okay, clearing that out. Colonist needs treatment. What's going on? Well, we can't treat him while he's in a thing, but he's not dying. He's just got bruises and cracks, so... But while he's off on his corpse obsession days wandering around the map, what are you meant to do? You can arrest people, but then that causes its own problem, so it's both best just to let them get the catharsis they need from having their horrible experience. Right, Hadley's safely in bed now. Hopefully someone will actually treat him at some point. Oh god, Rebecca's gotten food poisoning now. Oh! Rebecca and Wall had a little contretemps there because Rebecca was trying to convert Wall to her ideologian, which I'm all in favour of because of the fact that Wall's ideologian is horrible. But, yeah, that went badly. I mean, for Wall, Rebecca's fine, except for the fact Rebecca's now going to have to be the one who patches him up. Gumpy back to getting the farm underway. Cannot underestimate the importance of having somebody who's good at plant cutting and plant growing and keeps on top of it and doesn't have other things to do, because Why are they not able to... Oh, I've done a bad job on my cremate corpses bills. Clearly, yeah, I don't are allowed fresh human corpses, but not colonist corpses, yeah. Just put in as many bills as you need to get the rules right sometimes. Oh no, you won't do that because you won't haul. Thanks, Gumpy. Fine. Rebecca will just do it then, won't she? Because Rebecca has to do everything in this colony. Just leave it to Rebecca. A little look at the work schedule there. We need food, but Hadley is in a right old state. At least he's past his days now. Wall doesn't look too good either, to be honest. Oh, it's just really stressful having all the stuff in that big storage room in the middle. But I suppose you can't really prioritise, right, everybody do mining now, just so that we clear that out if there's no food and everybody's sick and everyone's having a state. Hadley's on the extreme break risk. Oh, he's back down to a major break risk now, you know, but need warm clothes, need food. It's not fair. I want my colonists to have fun. I want them to have a good old laugh, but at the moment they're stuck in the early day game hell. Ah, a crafting spot, you say? And a tailor's bench, so we're going to try and fit him in there now, even though there's no... Because, yeah, winter does mean you need parkas, or else everybody freezes. Oh, you're getting... Ooh, whoa, whew, getting everything in there, are we now? And an art bench. I am a big fan of having an art bench early doors though, because it's so useful when a trader turns up if you've got some art to sell them. It's just a nice, easy money. And if you've got somebody who's actually good at making art, then you can get some really decent money out of it as well. But I fear it may be some time until we actually get this built. No, I don't know what voice I'm doing now. Right, where's the table going? Yeah, where are you going to fit that table? There? Okay, fine. Then everybody can stop whinging about the fact they ate their dinner without a table. I mean, there just does come a point where what are considered non-essential needs actually are breaking people's moods so much and upsetting them that you've got to address them. And just like in real life, basically, where, you know, all these awful people is, well, you know, if you've got enough money for food and a roof over your head, what more do you need? Well, actually quite a lot, because that's a pretty bleak and depressing lifestyle. Actually having a little bit of comfort, that's the sort of thing that we all need to keep us going. Of course, there's many important life lessons to be learnt from Rimworld, such as don't keep your exploding animals near your food stores. I know that's one of the ones that isn't a transferable lesson to real life. So you can see the little cold breath they're all breathing because I haven't got it warm enough in the base. It's -1 degrees in the toilet, which, you know, that doesn't sound fun. Nobody likes having to take a crap at -1 degrees. But some things are getting built now. Ooh, we've got a smelter, we've got a tailor's bench, we've got an art. Yeah, let's get some parkas made. 4 parkas for the 4 colonists, all of whom are looking in much better moods at the moment, but Wall is freezing. That's what that little blue centigrade thing next to his head is. Oh, am I going to do it? I'm not going to make Gumpy the moral leader, surely. Can't make Gumpy a moral leader. But they are unhappy about not having a moral leader, and it's got to be done at some point. Oh, it's like, yeah, so whoever's going to be moral leader is going to want a cape and a visage mask. Or a visage mask. And sod making it out of steel. Always when you put something in, check that they're not going to try and make it out of steel or silver. Silver? Really? You're going to allow it to be made out of silver? Don't. What the blazes just... Oh, because it needs wood and metal. Right, 15 woody and some metallic stuff. Still, I'd have gone with steel over silver. I mean, obviously I wouldn't have because I didn't, but it's interesting seeing how yourself from This is probably like, what, a month before now? Sort of mad decisions I made. God. Oh, the battery's getting low, the power's browning out, we need more power supply. Why? Oh, balls. Right, so they've taken out the walls to put in vents so I can get temperature up between the rooms. But because one of the rooms was a prisoner room, all of them are now designated as prisoner rooms, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. So now they all think they don't have a bed. I mean, I could have just made them not prisoner rooms and left it till the morning for them all to sort their shit out, but instead I've made them do the vent now. Oh, it's a hell stream. What's going on? Everything's flashing. Get your shit together. What are you going to do? Chem fuel power generator. I mean, it makes sense, especially because have you even installed the, whatchamacallit, the chem, infinite chem reactor, that's what it's called. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a lot of space in there for it, does it? But you go in there anyway. Okay. It's an interesting choice. Also, all those hot things right next to the fridge. You sure about that, though? Oh no, everyone's sleeping outside. Why didn't you make the beds? Yes! Did you not notice they've been turned into prisoner beds rather than colonist beds? And now what you should do is draft everybody. I'll wake them up and then you can all see the aurora and they'll all be in a good mood from having seen the aurora. Yes. I'm not going to just hang out and look at the aurora though. Okay. Well, you know, each to their own. Never seen the Northern Lights myself. Told they're good though. Get them in rust quite a lot, actually, which is nice now. Ah, I see I've stopped them going out that door for the fridge, so at least that should be keeping the heat away from the fridge from that side. Oh, I haven't got the Firekeeper mod at this point. So Firekeeper is a great mod because, I don't know about you, but I find that my pawns don't tend to refill my generators often enough. And Firekeeper means that you can actually set somewhere on the work schedule for it. It just hadn't been updated to 1.3 at this point. It is later on in this playthrough, and I highly recommend it. And Gumpy, for fuck's sake, the fact that you won't do hauling is such a pain in the arse. Why not? But at least Hadley's there to help out now. Rebecca's not having to do everything herself. Right, we're still getting brownouts. And that's because you have to actually connect the power generator to the power network for it to really have an impact. There you go. And that was the construction botched there twice, so that will have wasted steel, but they got there in the end. Ah, power is back. And you can see the little batteries. It's not quite filling up, but what seems to have paused. There we go, everything's back to normal now. So yeah, the battery's not filling up. It's a little bit. I mean, obviously you can click on the power things and read the numbers, but I just find it's a much more useful visual aid having a battery to watch it fill up and just go bloop, 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 bloop. Or in this case, that was the sound of it not going bloop, 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 bloop. So Rebecca's nearly finished researching whatever she's researching. Smithing! Okay, that is actually useful. Yeah, making weapons and the like. But there's a lot of things, I don't know, I tend to jump around the tech tree a lot. And at the moment, is there something I desperately need? Because, you know, I'd rather that, other than somebody just sitting there researching, that they were chopping away. See, I'm slowly getting all the stuff out of the middle room because they're just starting to finally build my nice storage room. There's also lots and lots of lovely steel there to be mined, but We won't collapse the whole base for the sake of getting the steel at this stage. There's no moralist. Get a moralist, it'll sort all that shit out. Oh. A raid at this time of day. Eat without a table. There's a table there now. No reason to eat without a table. Yeah. Not getting slaves just to cheer up one guy. It's one guy with a club. Everybody indoors. I fixed the indoors last time, so they should all be okay. Yeah, everyone's indoors. I mean, hopefully, once you've got your spike traps set out, nighttime raids, they're not attacking immediately. I prefer it when they attack immediately, to be honest, sometimes, like these early ones. Later on, when they turn up with a whole load of stuff and I've got mortars, then I don't want them to attack immediately. A crash baby is passing by. She is named Orange Cockroach. Sadly, she is at the opposite end of the map from the raid, so she's probably not going to fight him for me. Where's that advanced component just sitting? Yeah. But yeah, hopefully you can get the situation where if it's a middle of the night raid where they just die on the spike trap before any of your guys wake up. And it's pretty cold. He can't be having much fun. I mean, what's he doing at this stage? What's he thinking? He's like, well, if I just pace around in the cold for a while. Or maybe I shall wait for the dawn. It'll be a more effective combat machine come the morning. Here we go. Dun 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 dun. Oh. The passerby has indeed got involved in a bit of combat there. That's unfortunate. I mean, there's a little bit of a snow skin off my nose feeling, but you know, you feel bad about that. Oh dear, yeah. Sorry, Orange Cockroach. Is anybody going to be able to get there? Death in 6 hours? Really? You're going to send Hadley to rescue, even though that means... Oh yeah, it's outside of the zone. I mean, does this seem like a good idea? Yeah, he's not even bleeding to death yet. So I've decided not to rescue her, apparently. I'm going to be feeling bad about that. But, you know, should I wipe out the entire colony? I've just noticed that corpse. Oh, I really ought to have tidied that corpse up. Where are they going? Oh, they're going to go destroy one of the things I've claimed so that I think it's going to attack. Oh, my colonists will be so upset. Like, right now, could have got Hadley up there rescuing that person and could have got Rebecca out there shooting him. Come on. Yeah. Send these guys to sort them out. Why hasn't Hadley got a weapon? I suppose I just don't have enough weapons maybe at this stage. Need to get some crafting and some smithing on the way. Hadley, quick, go and rescue Orange. Cannot rescue, no reachable unreserved non-prisoner bed and safe temperature. I didn't notice that, did I? I feel like past me hasn't read that message and it's just going to be like, why didn't... Yeah. So, also, that's because past me's having fun with this new draft thing. This is a new feature of 1.3, the being able to space your colonists out rather than just send them all to one spot. Which is, you know, all the larks, but what you haven't realised is that Hadley's not on his way to go and rescue that person who's bleeding to death. And you're going to realise that in a bit, and you're going to feel bad about it. Alright, well, stay there, stay put. Rebecca, can you... Alright. Is that the best idea? I feel like this is, well, okay, I'm creating some sort of pincer. I'm just worried about the donkeys. Yeah. Essentially, firing through the donkeys doesn't seem like the best plan. Gumpy. Lure them over here. Hey, there we go. On draft. No. Hadley's still here? What do you mean Hadley didn't rescue them? Oh, there's no unreachable prisoner bed. Yes, still worth trying. If I rescue this person, it's going to be a bloody miracle, isn't it? Just put a bed somewhere. Yeah, see, look, that's fine. Ah, putting a bed in as well. Thinking of the long term. What are you doing now? No, you've forgotten about it. Oh no, it's a disaster. Alright, so we're sending Wall to rescue Orange because they're closer, fair enough. We're not entirely sure about the decision though, are we? Mild technical recording hitch there, but I think we've missed huge amounts. Gumpy seems to be pulling in the prisoner. That's my reward. Ah, yeah, I've only just got the infinite chem reactor because it was my reward for having those raids, got you. It's not going to go there, Caroline. Doesn't fit. Anyone can see that. Duh. Doesn't look... I almost feel like that was edited deliberately so that we'll never know what happened to Orange Cockroach. Well, yeah, okay, carve that out, but... And yes, the moralist role is still unfulfilled. And... oh no, it does look like Orange, that bed has got Orange's name on it. So, where's Wall? Wall's bringing her back, there you go, see, phew! God, that was almost a terrible tragedy carrying out on screen. But look! Right, somebody actually treat. Because I'm death in 3 hours. This is going to be a bloody miracle. Rebecca and Hadley are both the doctors. So Hadley, rather than making a bed, could you... thank you. Ah, what a happy ending. Yeah, that's all repaired. Rebecca's making sure that the prisoner's dealt with. Am I keeping the prisoner? They're this Stello ideology, which is not very nice. They're big into slavery and raiding. They're neutral about diversity of thought, though. They're not that bothered. But are they somebody I want to keep? I mean, they might be able to throw a good party, but are they somebody I want to keep on the basis of their bio? No, but on their bio. And just start to think, maybe Caroline hasn't checked their bio. Are they going to turn out to be like a pyromaniac or something? Oh no. Futa. Alright. Well, it's been an adventurous day. There's been a raid, there's been a crash. Well, it wasn't a crash actually, was it? It was just she was passing through. Poor time to choose to do that. Ah, now a skill trainer of crafting. It's worth looking whose skills are what, because you don't necessarily need somebody to be the world's greatest crafter. I mean, yeah, okay, fine, they can make you masterworks, but actually it's more helpful to have a few competent crafters so that you can get weapons and armour made. So be interested to see what decision I make with that. Even if it tends to be 20 hours in the past. No, in the future, but in the past. Okay, what I was trying to say is that clearly I'm not in a rush to assign the skill trainer to somebody, but that didn't come across. And we all know I don't do editing. One take Caroline, that's what they call me. That battery's still not really filling up, is it? You should always have a power situation where your battery is full. Here we go, I am looking at the skill trainer for crafting. 1 dice, chuck them up a few levels. So Rebecca's on 2 for crafting, Gumpy's on 3. Wall's the best crafter, but Hadley's got a passion for it. Hadley could get a lot better. Yep, right choice, good choice, pass Caroline. Sorry I insulted you. God, has everyone always got food poisoning? Just keep seeing my pawns vomiting all over the bloody place. At this stage, the base is really quite teeny still. But when you start building, it then becomes a matter of, well, where do I want things to go? What's going to be the permanent layout? Ooh, Freckles. Save Freckles. Oh, rescuing her from an unknown threat. Now, currently, I have 4 colonists. Abandoning the colony to go and save Freckles seems like a terrible, terrible idea. Never leave the base. No, you should leave the base. There's great adventures when you're out there, but don't leave the base when there's only 4 colonists, because, I mean, what you're going to do, if it's an unknown threat, you've got to send really 2 or 3 colonists, leaving 1 or 2 behind to defend the colony, which isn't going to go well. I mean, I suppose they can hide inside. Cower. Cowering is a legitimate tactic, and I will fight anyone who says otherwise. No, I won't. I'll cower. Ha ha! I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Nighttime in Rimworld. But you know, Rebecca's still wandering around. 1 in the morning trip to the -1 degrees toilet. Not fun. But when you gotta go, you gotta go. Yeah, the battery's looking healthier, but it's still definitely not. Relations have changed. So everyone's doing alright health-wise. Could do with repairing that heater. Could do with getting all those rocks out of those rooms as well. Everything's just so unsmoothed and unfinished. It's just all, ooh. Could really do with some more colonists just to get the work. Because at the moment you still have to just sort of concentrate on hunting and feeding and hunting and feeding and hunting and feeding and not cooking food that will make everybody vomit. Your little stockpile zone. Yeah, very good idea to keep your chem fuel near your chem generator, your wood near your wood generator, stuff like that. Saves your pawns having to go very far. But, that being said, also it's lovely that there's now a search option on the storage, by the way. Big fan of that. Thank you, Tynan and the team, for adding that in. But also, when you have got a chem fuel collection, really good idea to have some sort of anti-fire stuff. Fire foam poppers being the obvious choice. It's all just so messy. Right, so why are you recruiting this person? Why are you trying to convert this person? Oh yeah, you can convert them before then. I still don't think you've read their bio though, have you? So the will is about their ability to be converted. and the resistance is about their ability to be recruited. Passes by. What was I just saying about fire? And the need for... I hate zoots. As far as I'm aware, there is no rhyme or reason to zoots. I mean, there are some things, if you put an electrical thing outside in the rain, then yeah, it will go more, I think. But the zoots just seem to come and be arseholes wherever they want to be. And so, for example, it's nowhere near there, thank God, but... Okay, hopefully everybody's... Yes. Hopefully everybody's up for firefighting. Not entirely sure what I'm worried about here and why I'm checking the power system, but... I think I was like, why is there a zoot that far away? But I suppose it's over there. I believe that there is a setting or one of the mods. Yeah, there I'm like, what? Hang on, what do you mean begin real festival? There is a setting in one of the mods that means you can turn off zoots, but frankly that sounds like cheating to me. Yeah, get that fire out before the whole place burns down, because especially early doors where everything's made of wood, it's like, ooh. Right, phew, fire dealt with. Everyone's been in quite a good mood for a while now, that's nice. Orange Crash Baby is fully healed, and seems to be leaving. Fine. No, you know, you never were meant to be here. You got involved in a fight that had nothing to do with you, and yeah, okay. Food supplies, a little low. I mean, it's just those packaged survival meals that are keeping us going here right now. Got a spare bed there, so everybody can have their own bedrooms. Transport pod crash! Swear this happens more often than I've ever had in this game. Checking the bio. They're good at social. Why have I still not given Hadley a weapon though? I probably... Oh, needs a prisoner marked bed. Yeah, just put a sleeping spot in that prisoner room. What are you bringing to us, Nate? What do you have to offer the community? Even if it's just improving relationships with another colony when we release you, that'd be nice. I wandered off and left us looking at the desert there. It's interesting when you get these notifications about the chief of other groups dying and stuff like that and who's in charge. I think there is more, what I didn't realise at this stage is there is more to be got from the relationships with the other local colonies than there used to be with this 1.3 update. Well, actually, with the Ideologian DLC. I'm still not great at saying it. Oh, not another social fight over conversions. Rebecca, Wall, you're going to have to learn to... Well, you're not going to have to learn. One of you's going to have to change, frankly. And I hope it's Wall. I ain't having any neo-fascists in my colony. Just, you know... good old-fashioned centrists. Work schedule adjustments here. It's a very interesting choice of work adjustments. Bit worried about that battery again, though. Certainty fell from 75% to 79%, so I was wrong there. So the will is not... But what's their will to do with then? Oh, that's to do with if you want to enslave them. The will's about enslaving people. You can't enslave somebody who's still got will, apparently. I mean, it all sounds bollocks to me, but... Psh. See, I don't have anybody who's very good at social. And he's that old holiest thing, which is the same religion as Hadley. So that, you know, that'd be nice. It'd be nice for him to have somebody to talk to. So yeah, stop trying to convert him. Keep him on that ideologion. And just recruit him. Although I would get a relations gain on releasing him. I'm just going to release him, am I? Looks like that's what I'm thinking of, yeah? I'll just leave it, which means that I'll probably forget that he's my prisoner. And in a coming episode, it will be like, who's that guy? Why is he in my prison bed? Ha, stupid Caroline. Trying to convert them to the belief of freedom. Yeah, I mean, really, I might just, if I don't get on with it soon, I'll cut this bit. But I think early doors, I just hadn't got my head round whether I wanted to convert people or not, what that meant, what the ideologion thing was going to work out, how it's going to benefit. So, and I think that's always the thing with any game, frankly. It's like, don't shy away from trying out strategies and seeing if they work, because ultimately, you're there to have fun. If it goes horribly wrong, well, you've learnt something for next time, and you're probably going to have some fun along the way. Alright, it's finally happened. I finally bored myself watching back endless with the Rimworld playthrough without editing it in the slightest bit. I mean, come on. Nobody can just watch nothing happening while your pawns just walk around chipping away. But honestly, all I've cut out, as you can see, is about a day or two. And literally nothing has changed since the previous scene. But what is happening now that's very exciting is I've decided that no longer can we live in this hellhole. No longer can we live in this utter shite pile of crap everywhere. We're going to get some flooring down. Apparently I don't have enough stored, so it's an interesting choice. Transport pod crash, Yuhan, 24 hours. Why is it 24 hours? What's the... Well, I mean, it's always like, you know... Oh, they are crashing. They want to crash here. Paralytic abasia. Okay, so I'm going to have to look after somebody who won't be able to do anything at all for a period of time, but after that they'll join my colony. Seems reasonable. I mean... Then it becomes the, but we don't know. If they're a pyromaniac, that's just the worst, basically. My constant fear is getting a pyromaniac. I absolutely have a ban on colonists that are pyromaniacs. Because do you know what? They, A, start fires, which is really not cool. But also, they always seem to have an aversion to firefighting as well. So, like, they'll start a fire and then your colonist basically has to follow them round, turning off fire. Sorry, I just got distracted because a squirrel and a pigeon looked like they were about to start a fight outside, but the squirrel seems to have scared the pigeon off for now. Just to keep you up to date on what's happening in my garden. Right, the battery's looking healthier. Forsaken vagabonds. Ooh. People could come and help. They might turn on me, they might not. I could really do with some help. Like, you imagine I could get all that flooring done, could get the mining done. How many is it? Zach and another. So it's only 2 of them. You're not going to take them in? Oh, you should have taken them in. They could do all the floor work for you. I mean, I haven't dismissed it entirely yet, but... Oh, am I putting some beds down for them? Okay. Not guests, quests, Caroline. Ah, there's a whole load of stuff happening. Oh, they're holiests, the people who are visiting, so that means that they're now the big group. A wild boar has self-tamed. Okay. Am I going to keep the wild boar? They can be quite useful in a fight, a wild boar. Handy, you know. But at least I've got the refugees to help get some stuff done around here. Might be looking at a much prettier, much nicer colony soon. Look how happy the boar is. Living there with the donkeys. So yeah, I've jumped ahead a little bit and you can see we're starting to get flooring. Look at that flooring going in. Okay, you know, we've got Yuhan, who's a little bit of a drain on the colony. Don't know if you've noticed, but there's no food in that fridge right now. And we're out of those meals. So while it was a good idea in some ways to take on these refugees, because, you know, they're going to help around and get stuff sorted, I don't have any means of feeding them. I also don't seem to have anybody hunting much. Yeah. Rebecca needs to be doing all the hunting. Could do with the plant cutting and growing and plant cutting, counting, blah, blah, blah. But I suspect that some starvation is on the way. Yikes. Nobody's going to enjoy that. Yeah, release that. I'm so bad at forgetting that I have prisoners sometimes and leaving them there for ages and they're just eating your food and not even breaking their will or anything. Just release them. Just get out of there. Oh, there's too many messages down the right hand side, Caroline. Sort it out. Why is that wild boar self-tamed not being dealt with, for example? What, there's no storage space? You've got things to fix. But instead, we've got this guy Yuhan. How long is it going to be before he's up and about? He can cook. That's useful. Oh, haven't sorted out your work priorities very much. The most fun bit of Rimworld, sorting out your work schedule. I mean, it is like, this is the essence of the game. How good is your work schedule? Mine is currently shit. But that's because I'm still obsessing with the fact there's too many old holyists. Yes, there's 3 old holyists. What if they overthrow the belief of freedom? What would we do then? What does that tell you about the belief of freedom, that it could be easily overthrown by 3 old holyists hanging around? It's alright, Zach and Jessie are just visiting. They're not staying. They're just here as part of the refugee group. It's okay, they're just helping out. Although there's no food. Ooh, betrayal offer. I'm not gonna. I've literally never taken the betrayal offer because I know it's a video game. I don't know it doesn't matter, but I can't do that. I can't be like, you know, oh yeah, I'll betray these people I've taken in. And also the reward's never good enough. What's that? The coyote men just won't give me a break at the moment. I feel like they're just raiding every 5 minutes. It's a constant state. Everyone's asleep though, so get them inside and... Oh, it's this terrifying raid. It's one guy and his knife. Come on then. What you got? What are you going to do? How are you going to take me down? Oh, I mean, if you could destroy that old mechanical thing that's been annoying me, that would be good. Oh, what? Are you going to set fire to my crops? That is not going to make me happy. Yeah, send out Wall and Rebecca and good old bloody Gumpy. Come on, Gumpy. Yeah, we're actually a little bit more tooled now. I mean, Rebecca's got quite a serious gun and a jump pack, so... What's that? Yeah, starting a fire in my crops. So original. Alright, well, we dealt with that one, alright, didn't we? That wasn't a massive problem. But possibly the least problem ever. Turn on the crematorium. Marvellous. Unrestricted. Everybody back to work. It's all good. Lovely. Even those bedrooms are starting to come together now. It's starting to look like a proper base. I mean, it's still got a way to go. We've got no food. and, you know, there's issues. There's ideological issues that need dealing with. But mostly just issues. Standard day-to-day issues. How you doing, Gumpy? Just ferrying some wood along. Rebecca's just chilling out at the table, having a bit of a social interaction. Gumpy's come to join her. She seems less chatty now, frankly. She's like, it was more fun before Gumpy joined me. Gumpy trying to make conversation. Rebecca just going, okay, she's polite. That's the way you like her about Rebecca. She's a nice person. But Gumpy's now... Anyway, sorry, I'm now hyper-focusing on a tiny interaction in one bit of the screen. I mean, I think we can all appreciate that what's actually happened here is that Past Caroline has wandered off yet again. And it's just leaving it running, because there's nothing happening. But it does sound like there's some building going on below. It's a bit of a flaw with the format, really, the fact that I can't edit what you're looking at. Ooh. There's no food in that fridge. Your fridge should never look like that in Rimworld. You should never have... I mean, there's kibble. How bad is that? There's kibble, but no food. Yeah. See, now one of the big problems was because I still didn't have the management mod at this time, Colony Manager. So it's like, oh shit, I need to actually actively mark people to go hunting. Yes, and you need to make sure people are hunting. Yuhan's not going to be any help for a while. But they don't have a weapon. We can't give a ranged weapon to the refugees in case they turn on us. So it's down to Rebecca again. Who do you always have to go to when you need help? It's Rebecca. She can't even go hunting straight away. She's got to move the corpse first before she can even get onto that. Yeah, get those plants harvested. I mean, less so the cotton. I'm not going to eat cotton. Okay, so now that Past Caroline has taken some serious action to rectify the terrible, terrible food situation that's going on, I was going to say, we can probably safely leave it there, but it looks like Hadley's on the verge of a major break. Well, we'll have to find out next time.